Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we have got a 4 versus 4 on Burial Grounds. Playing for the force of the Orks, we've got Main Boy, we've got Langers, we've got Scoots, and we have got Pepsi Cola Kitty. Whereas playing for the Dark Eldar, we've got the Kez 1998, God imagine being that young, we've got AG 91, we've got Alex UK, and we have got Stranger. You better believe it, boys and girls, this is indeed the third Faction Wars cast this week, so we're definitely eating good in regards to themed and faction-y kind of stuff. And it's a very interesting map and matchup, considering that the Dark Eldar have got plenty of maneuverability, and on a map like this, the player who's ever spawned in this section, or in this section, is at a bit of a disadvantage, because they're basically in a 2 versus 1 situation. But with the Dark Eldar being quite nimble, they might be able to maneuver over here and be able to protect their allies. I do see that Langers has put down a boys hut inside of Main Boy's base, so he's able to build up some lads inside there and quickly reinforce his friend, so that's quite nice. And we are seeing a Dark Foundry from Stranger. Are we seeing Dark Foundries from everyone? No, got Warriors from you, got Warriors from you. Oh, okay, I was running on the assumption that the play for the Dark Eldar here would be to get loads of jet bikes from the people on the back lines, Warriors for these guys on the front lines, and then just go for a 2v1, 2v1 quick rush. But, hey-ho, the players are professionals, they know what they're doing, so I will leave them to it. Got some Mandrakes as well. And up against the Orks, where up until Tier 3, they've only really got one detection unit. So you've got plenty of infiltrated Mandrakes sprawled across a really long and wide map like this. That might put the Orks on the back foot. But the Orks do have the advantage of, they just need to survive to the late game, get their 3 Slugger Boys, and then, I mean, that's just like a win condition for 4 Ork players. Eventually, when the economies start draining away, I mean, it's surviving up to that point. And I don't know if the Flash Kits are going to work too well against 4 Dark Eldar players if they've got a mass of Witch Cults on the go and Warp Beast. Big Mech do manage to shoot down one Mandrake model, and Warriors from the Kez and some Mandrakes as well, making sure that the Orks don't have an easy time capping all the bits and bobs near them. Big Mech will come over. They've got to be careful of these Warriors, as they are quite high in the DPS department. Slugger Boys have been taken down, and the Mandrakes will come and see if they can slice a cut of prime Ork beef from that Big Mech. Plenty of Big Mechs there, so the Orks do have a fair bit of maneuverability, especially with all these walls and stuff. Do have a Reaver Jetbike from Stranger, although maybe that's why a lot of people haven't gone for the Reaver Jetbikes, because they know the Big Mechs will be coming out, and inevitably the Reaver Jetbikes will become obsolete, so maybe that's the idea. Slugger Boys are going to come straight in. None of these Towers of Loathing have been upgraded with shooty bits, but because of their close proximity, if you do upgrade both of these, and same with the Orks here as well, and well, basically anywhere you've got those double listening posts, it does make it a super defensible position. Means they kind of got to go around the flanks to invade the base proper. But 2 Big Mechs, just a couple of lads having a grand old time, shooting at the spikies like only Orks can. And they will chase them back inside the base, probably not go too far forward, as it'll be a bit dangerous for them. Got the Archon. The Archon will be great at taking out the Big Mech if he's able to get him on his own. Has a stun ability that can also drain life from him. Also a couple of Incubi as well. And I do believe, don't quote me on this, but with the exception of maybe the Imperial Guard and their commander, I think it's Dark Eldar's Archon that could take on most other factions' commander in Tier 1. Could be wrong on that. Could be wrong on that indeed, but I'm fairly certain. Please correct me in the comments, because like I said, a Chaos Lord is going to 1v1 scenario, but the Archon has just got the advantage of just having extra friends, doesn't he? The Orks have been chased around the map in their entirety, not really getting that many good push-outs at the moment. Thankfully, though, they only need to get blue money to get into their Tier 2, so they've got, I mean, how many? 1, 2, 3 points inside the base. Actually, no, they probably want at least one more point outside the base. Orks over here, they've managed to upgrade the listening post. They've got the heavy cover working for them to protect them against these warrior squads. Poisonous needles, but there are a lot of Mandrakes here, and the Mandrakes do win out against Slugger Boys in close combat. But not necessarily a Slugger Boy squad with a Big Mech in there. Plenty of souls been amassed on the floor as the Big Mech throws these guys around. Warriors now being pestered and bothered in close combat. And when you're trying to do a combined assault, it's very difficult to get the micro right, as both players have got to be concentrating on the same thing at the same time, which we didn't really see in that moment. Kez now going to probably lose his warriors. If they don't move out, they've lost the morale. Archon going to run and see what he can do, but there are a lot of Slugger Boys. If anything, just to occupy space in the map. Slugger Boys are going to be winning many glory points here, but at least they're contesting things. And that is the main point here. So, lots of boys over there. Big Mech teleporting somewhere. Not sure where you've gone. You've gone somewhere there. Oh, the sneaky teleport around them, leapfrogging over them, shall we say. We've now got Scourges from Alex UK. So the boy is in tier 2. Seeing if they can shoot down a big mech. Doing alright. Losing model or two in the process there. Relic yet to be captured, but will soon be captured. Got triple Beaver jet bikes. Listing post over here. Big mechs also will have access to their zap gun. Or custom gadgets, whatever you call them. Which do have an AoE stun on vehicles. So could potentially get those Weaver jet bikes in a vulnerable position. Storm Boys from Langers. It'll be difficult to capture these Scourges off guard. I mean, these guys will jump on top of them. They will then jump away, which will then mean the Storm Boys can jump on them one more time, which means that they can jump away one more time. So it's... unless, of course, these guys get into them without jumping. But I don't see that happening if people are paying attention to what's going on. The assault on Scoot's listening post is still continuing. But at the moment, the Dark Eldar do have the lion's share of the map control, even going for these thermoplasma generators. Got another side deposit here if they want to. Grot's also being smashed around. Got some Slugger Boys with the big mech, spotting that the Tower of Loathing is doing its thing. Suppose that's another thing that the Dark Eldar have an advantage in, is that if they capture something and then they build a listening post on it, or Tower of Loathing should I say, then they lose their build-up for whatever reason. Doesn't matter because they auto-build. Got some witches out. Storm Boys on top of the on the Scourges. They're just going to tank it and allow the witches to come in and do their business. There's still one more Storm Boy left. Is being auto-reinforced as well. Big Mech coming in to say hello. And yeah, the Scourges staying for a little bit longer than I imagine they originally anticipated, losing a fair few of their number. And at 55 blue and 10 green, they are relatively expensive to replace. If you haven't gone for... Have you gone for big generator economy? Not a huge one. You've only got 2 plasma generators at the moment. So it will be fairly expensive. Witches as well, 60 and 15. Yeah, when you get into late game for Dark Eldar, you definitely need that economy. Oh, but saying that, he's got a fair more plasma generator, so he should be fine. He should be fine. He'll be alright. The war trucks coming out now. The Scourges can quickly counteract that by upgrading themselves from Dark Lances. It's pretty nifty and neat, so the war trucks will go down quick, sharpish. Archon, Alex UK coming over as well to provide some support. Over on this side, Dark Eldar are pushing in. And dear oh dear, Pepsi-Cola Kitty using those war banners for defensive purposes. Brave manoeuvre. But so often on the channel do we see this fighting Orc players in the back, as they do get sent back to the Stone Age technology-wise. Are you in tier 3 yet? No, you're not. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You need 5 war banners to get into tier 2. I think. Hold on, we'll double check. Oh no, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, you're fine. Everyone's fine. Look at this. Everyone's doing okay. All the shenanigans are happening at once. Got a lot of grots. Whole smorgasbord of little lads firing away with their pistols as best they can. Might even be worth seeing them charge in just to tie up the Scourges. There we go. Go on. Get involved. Oh, we even see the Archon. I don't know if that was a misclick, but he's managed to malediction doofy doodads on these grots to turn them against each other, which, to be fair, it's quite... I don't think you really need to convince the grots to stab each other. They will happily turn against each other. It's also stunning the Slugger Boys here as well. Got to bear in mind that the more incubuses the Archon has, the quicker his cooldowns are for his abilities. The Orks lacking in numbers now. Those Scourges being left to just fire, even when the fight majority was happening in the heavy cover. Oh, but there we go. We've got Scoots coming in with some flash kits. For Mad Doc in there as well. They're going to very quickly cut through these skirmishes, especially now that the Grots are in there as well. Oh, we've even got Fighting Juice and a huge explosion, killing loads and loads of Dark Eldar nonsense, while nary a scratch was done to those flash kits. They're still alive. The only health point that matters is your last health point. And also a quick health regen as well, while the Mad Doc is in there. So a huge play from Scoots there. Mighty, mighty impressive stuff. The Witches on the sides, but do they have enough movement speed to get in there and tie these guys up? I don't know. Do have the Nob squad, the Pepsi in here as well, attempting to cut down that Tower of Loathing. And now Scoots is putting on the pressure on the Kez 1998. Waiting for the right time to strike. Don't know, you just wait. Yeah, you're going to get a maximum amount of witches before coming in. One witch for each squad of flash kits. And over on this side, I've got a big push. A Talos moving forward. Witches akimbo, lots of combat drugs been popped. We've got plenty of Ork vehicles on either side. Talos not being able to quite nudge its way in. We will get a couple of bonks on the war track. Killing it quite aptly and nimbly. In fact, just looking at that shooter boy there and killing it with a baleful gaze. This thing person has also been sliced down quite quickly by the Dark Eldar quote-unquote walker, or floater shall we call it. And all these war trucks are going to be in a difficult situation. So many Scourges and Dark Lances on the back lines. Got plenty of tank busters there. Not infiltrated yet, but I assume you're researching that. No, you're going to go straight for tier 3. Talos won't be able to take too many hits. Not too many hits from a squadron of tank busters. But stun going on the, well, a root going on the tank busters as the Witches make very quick work of them. Scourge is now going to fly straight on in and fire away. While that's going on over here, we are seeing Scourges fire at whatever slugger boys they can. It does seem that the flash kits have had one squad wipe over on this side, but Nob's being able to screen off the Witches. Oh, they've got a fighter. They've got 2 fighter bombers. Fantastic idea. Fire bombers for their artillery, not for the damage, but just for the knockback, and also the homing aspect of them. So keeping all the close combat units far, far away from those flash kits. Very nice stuff. Over here, we have seen that. Oh, was it you who was putting it down? Yes. Langer's boys hut has been shot down. It will take him a little longer to reinforce his friend, but he does have a flash kit squad inside the base. Although losing and also having your points decapped as well. Not a pleasant situation to be in. Raiders and Talos trying to go around the flanks, but tank busters are there to prevent them coming in. Got the Warp Beasts. And also, one thing that I've completely forgot to mention is that Dark Eldar do have their global abilities as well. So if they all get lots of soul collection on the goes, and they have plenty of... Oh, what's that ability? The Piercing Shriek, whatever you call that one, where it breaks morale of every enemy globally. Oh, God, just look at those rockets, knocking everyone afar. But double Warp Beasts, absolutely terrifying to see them stroll across the battlefield. Flash gets attempting to run into that war truck, not quite been able to get there. And that's a terrifying mass of units. Nobs ain't going to win against them. Storm Boys ain't going to win against them. I suppose the only advantage is indeed these fighter bombers. Knocking around all the Orks there. Morale being broken across the board. Flash gets the resisting it just a little bit. Now I wonder, the Orks have an ability where if you amass enough of them in one small area, they do have basically additional morale and in some cases immune to morale damage. I wonder if that is affected by the Piercing Shriek ability or whether it's not. I don't know, but if you know, let me know in the comments. We've got one singular flash kit being survived by Main Boy here, and actually triple squads of flash kits here should hopefully be able to cut down all these close combat units. I think it will be all down to how the Ork players use and maintain their flash kits here. Good use of the war trucks to keep them away from the Warp Beasts. Nob squad to provide at least a slightly more durable front line. But with the Dark Eldar amassing in the centre, capturing all these bits and bobs, it's they've got the economy. I'd do a quick economy check, but I don't want to miss out on any of the action. I'm running on the assumption that the Dark Eldar have the economic advantage, especially now that the settlement for Pepsi-Cola Kitty is about to go down. That is very unfortunate. Do you have any more builders? You do have one builder over here. You have another? You do have one here. You don't have the money to rebuild stuff though. Oh no. Ah, that's one player down. So it's 3 versus 4. What a terrible situation for the Orks to be in. It's not all over. Looking at my... I know you can't see this, but on my little counter, it does say that there's at least a good chunk of the game left to go. And you'd never know what's going to happen. But mind you, Talos, I mean, no one's anticipated any aggression coming down the centre here. As it is virgin soil for the Dark Eldar to plunder. They are coming in, slicing and dicing away with everything that they can. Seeing some extra vehicle armour. And the fighter bomber oozing on over. Well, the fighter bomber won't do that much damage against the raider itself. I mean, it does a chunk of damage. It's just that its firing rate is so slow, it's quite hard to actually get them on the go. There we go. Talos. Longest surviving Talos we've ever seen. But it's dead now. Like all things will be one day. Mad Doc is on his own. He's using his fighting juice on himself. He's like, right, I don't need it. Oh, he's going to pop down a burner bomb. Now, will Alex see this? Oh, he's just in the nick of time. That's so sad. That would have been an excellent burner bomb. No burner bomb for you. In fact, I'm going to swatch up with Asha's people on the board so we can actually occasionally hear some voices. Just so I can know when people are being attacked sometimes. Semi-useful for map awareness. As we know, I haven't got the best map awareness. But I think I've done alright so far in this game. We do have stuff going on down here as the Eldar are pushing over into the Ork stuff. Also, there's Ork stuff going over into Stranger stuff. Tank busters and flash kits, and nary a model here to defend. So lots of aggression across the map. I don't think, in fact, especially with them running over the negative cover, don't think that the Eldar are actually going to be much useful engaging in combat over on this side. There are plenty of Scourges still knocking around over here, but flash kits will come over. And flash kits versus Scourges, especially if the Scourges have gone for a massive Dark Lances, won't be doing all that well. Big mech going toe-to-toe for Talos. Almost dying there before the Talos decides, no thank you. And Flash gets turning around to take care of the War Beasts. Can they kill them before they all get into close combat? Not quite, they are quite tanky as well. Tank Busters still in the middle, still not being infiltrated, which is interesting. The infiltration would save them from all this nonsense. Allow them to continue firing at the Talos. We have a looted tank now. Looted tank is quite useful. Formation disruption as well as general DPS. Exactly what the Orks want at the moment. Formation disruption will save them from the Warp Beasts here. And that's an intimidating amount of high-tier Orky nonsense. Also got the Mega Armor Knobs as well. Which, I mean, they'll still get chewed up by the Warp Beast pack, but they'll survive at least a little bit longer. Double fighter bombers. You can't run away from their missiles. Also got Slugger Boys coming forth. Now, are the Eldar are occupying this old Ork place, so they'll be getting even more economy. But it's looking, all things considered, looking pretty good for the Orks, but oh, some cheeky Scourges from Alex UK coming around the flanks. So we will need these Nob squads to come over. Do some stuff. Got Squid off from Laggers. Mighty War Beast rocking on forward. Powerful zap gun on its back. And will be used exclusively in range, I would say. Also zapping a Torch Slave there. War Boss seeing what he can do. That's just ignoring the war. Probably a really interesting thing going on over there, I imagine. Dear oh dear, this is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff indeed. And the Talos is just ripping that looted Lehman Russ to shreds. While that's going on, a big engagement. A Soulstorm floating on over everything. The Orks are right in the middle of it there. Proper scrap going on. There's no formation for the Orks, it's just stand where you can and either bonk things or shoot things. It does seem that the Eldar army over on the left side of the map has been utterly crumped. Got a couple of warriors here and there, but other than that, now is the time to press your advantage. You've got one Dark Eldar base over here, and you know what I mean, it's prime real estate. Prime real estate indeed. Squig taking some shots off at the Warp Beast. Also, Nob Squad teleporting in with the War Boss and a couple of flash gates. And it seems like they're a bit distracted. You kind of want to just come in and just start smashing things, I reckon.
3 minutes.
That's probably it. You're not going to beat them in the economy, so you may as well see if you can stop them with their production. Doesn't matter how much money you've got, if you've got nothing to make stuff with, you're a bit rubbish. Scourge is now just actually running around the map. We're scared away by the Nobs here, although the Nobs have been forgotten in the corner. And ran away to then do more damage. There's one thing you can do with the Orks. Focus down their war banners. Make sure that they can't get extra lads on the field. Also stops them from reinforcing in the field as well, as unlike other factions, when you could just reinforce willy-nilly to the maximum amount. Orks don't have any spare squad caps. Each Ork costs either 1 or 2, depending on if they are a high-tier Ork or a low-tier Ork. Got a cheeky minefield. Good idea. Got plenty of Eldar down here. The Orks smashing things up. The Dark Eldar base here smashing the base. We've got a full-blown wire going on as well. Got to make sure that decap the critical locations though. We are seeing a Witch Squad defending this one. So definitely need to make sure someone does it. Player's been defeated. There we go, Stranger's been done in. So now it is a 3 versus 3. The Orcs really struggling over here. There's an entire... It's almost like as if a base trade is going on at this point. Fire bombers firing upon high. Scourges shooting down listing posts. And if I was a betting man, Dark Eldar have got a lot quicker smash down ability? How would one describe it? The ability to take down bases. The quicker the Warp Beasts are good at killing buildings. And it does seem, yeah, they've got a Dice of Destruction from Alex UK, chasing away the Orcs on the left and flank. Still got the Orcs on the right there. And that Squig is just rolling on over. 1 minute until taking all victory. Have the Orcs, there we go, the Orcs are in here, decapping bits, which is quite good. Scoot Settlement, surrounded by Spikies. And it's not looking good for him. It's not looking good at all. What's going on for Lang? As you bringing up... No, I suppose your entire army is down here with the boys. So it all comes down to who can smash things up the best. Might want to see a couple of grots out here for repairing businesses. But do you have some? Are we not seeing them because we're on the Orc side of things? Seeing Slugger Boys coming out and a Mad Dog. Now I think grots are what you want for repairing stuff. Dear, he goes down. Do you have any more builders? That's my question. Oh, you're building up a boys hut over on this side. So you won't be totally wiped out when that mech shop goes down. That's good. Slowly but surely, the Orcs continue their crusade into what is effectively Camorra here. And it's tense. They've got a couple of fighter bombers. They've got a couple of looted Lehman Russes as well. And the Dark Eldar seem to be not running out of too much steam here. But then again, Warp Beasts, morale being broken, they will start eating each other now. We've still got another pack left over. And a Ravager. Very fragile heavy tank. But does a lot of DPS. And he's very mobile. Plasma generator goes down. And the second Warp Beast squad. Are there three? There are three. Let's just go around the flanks instead. That makes sense. If the Orks are over here, just go to somewhere that Orks aren't. And so many more Eldari. Or Drukari even, pardon my French. Imagine that'd be a swear word. To get them confused in polite society. Oh dear, Tunetanks now been shot down by Dark Lancers of the Scout Squads. How are you doing, Orks down here? You are killing things. But I'm running under the assumption that, Alex UK, you have built your gubbins. Yep, he's got one Hall of Blood down here. So all his units are still going to be alive for this engagement. Voice Hut fails. Which I do believe that's another... Is that another player dead? No. Ah, he's built a settlement over here. Here come the Grots, repairing that looted tank, but nowhere near able to fix them up. Again, there's a lack of infiltration on the Grots. I think that would have certainly saved them a lot of hassle in the long run. Dice instruction continues. Pulsate forward. Pink wagon. Langer says GG. I mean, it's close. It was very close. It was a very good effort. Even with the screw-off down here. And a squad of flash kits moving on over. They've only... Actually, I don't think it's GG. Because you've still got one Ork base here. And you've still got one Ork base here. It's basically 2 for 2 at the moment. I just don't think you've got the DPS required. But if the Orks decided to come on down with the knobs and maybe a few lads from here, that might aid them, but I don't... It'd be a long shot, but you know what? We believe. The secret to playing good Orks is just believing. If you believe it works, then it works. It's Ork logic. That's what you do. What beast packs. And also corrosive acid. Breaking down that settlement. No problem whatsoever. Scoot says, be right back. I assume that means he's going somewhere. He's got a plan. Oh, yep. By going somewhere means he's going to be the not player. Going somewhere else. Let's play a different game. Mob squad being ripped apart by the witches. Flash kits have given up their crusade. They're going to leave the Squig off to do it. They just think, right, okay, well, the only things we've got left to do now, if we're going to lose this, we may as well do it by fighting people rather than smashing buildings. A lot more fun that way. Which is also happy to oblige the Orks' request. Good final stand here. A strong front line of knobs. Things been thrown into their ranks. As just scything talons and gnashing teeth come on forward. Soulstorm right on top of those flash kits, moving at the exact same speed, more or less, as these guys in heavy cover. Dear oh dear. May as well just stand still at this point and just accept what is to come. But they've got no Mad Doc in their ranks. Oh, there we go. Managed to survive. Just narrowly. And this is a proper scrap. Just some good old-fashioned knees up. There we go. Ravager goes down. Dice instruction is still up. Got the shooter boys now, so we've been demoted from flash kits to shooter boys. And it was a valid attempt. A damn fine attempt from the combined arms of Main Boy and Langer's here. Langer's the last man standing. Still got their squig off inside the base. But that, boys and girls, is all she wrote. What a fantastic game. It could have been all said and done when Pepsi died over here. But, I mean, no, the Orks kept on going. Looks like they were going to really pull it back at some point. But the Eldar being able to hold this centre, allowing them to get a really strong economy all the way through the game. And then once Pepsi Cola Kitty got killed in this corner of the map, able to then capture all his stuff as well to favour their economy and snowballing from there. It's quite difficult for the Orks to come back from a backward position, but they give, you know what, they gave it a good old college try. That's all they can ask for. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.